There you go.
Okay.
That works.
Mr. Clark, in this matter, you're before the court charged with civil contempt of court due to your failure to pay child support and or related expenses. Upon a first conviction, you could be ordered to serve up to 45 days in jail. If it's a second or subsequent offense, up to 90 days in jail. You understand the charges?
Yes, sir.
And court has appointed Mr. Sackrider to represent you. Have you had sufficient opportunity to speak to Mr. Sackrider in
Not
preparation?
good
for this?
enough, but anyway,
What?
not just real quick. It wasn't even 4 minutes.
Okay. Mr. Sackrider, do you feel you have the ability to proceed in this matter?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Clark, I'm going to have you raise your right hand, be sworn in, and then we're going to take some testimony.
Sir, do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give shall be the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Ms. Brown, you can proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Clark is before the court today for an adjourned bench warrant hearing on 3 dockets. Docket 1994, 700 DP, docket 2000, 2563 DP, and docket 2017, 474 DP. On the 94 case, these are all arrears only. On the 94 case, Mr. Clark has a monthly obligation of $53.50. His last payment was June 6th. That was $40.54. He resolved his bench warrant through front of the court by paying $200. This is his 5th bench warrant. He's had 2 prior contempt findings. His total shortfall, including the shortfall at the time of the hearing he missed, which was February 15th of 2023. His total shortfall is $374.50. Total arrears through the end of May are $40,566.46. On the 2000 case, Mr. Clark has a monthly obligation of $53.50. His last payment was June 6th. That was $40.54. He paid $200 through front of the court to resolve his warrant. This is his 3rd bench warrant. He's had 1 prior contempt finding. Total shortfall for 4 months is $374.50. Total arrears through the end of May, $1,105.87. On the 2017 case, Mr. Clark has a monthly obligation of $88.50. His last payment was June 6th. That was $68.92. He paid $200 to resolve his warrant through front of the court. This is the 2nd bench warrant. He's had 0 prior contempt findings. Total shortfall, $619.50. Total arrears through the end of May, $10,244.71. Friend of the court would like the court to be aware that Mr. Clark was previously ordered into leave. He was participating, and then he was terminated in July of 2022.
Okay. Mr. Sackrider, do you dispute or contest any of the statements made by Ms. Brown?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Do you have any questions for Ms. Brown?
Yes.
Go ahead.
All right. Why was he terminated in July of last year?
His behavior was very, according to what I was told from Michigan Works, pretty much he cussed people out. His behavior was aggressive and erratic, and he was terminated.
Okay. Did he find any employment opportunities from that program?
Friend of the court was not able to establish an income withholding while he was in leave.
Okay. All right. I have no further questions.
Okay. Any proofs, Mr. Sackrider?
Yeah, I'd call Mr. Clark.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, Mr. Clark, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Did you hear the testimony of Ms. Brown?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
Was there anything that you disagreed with?
Yes, sir.
And what was that?
About the program, she called me on the phone. It was a recorded line. She asked me did you want to try out this program to get a job? I said, yes. And then I get to the program over there, right across the street. I'm right across the street from Work First. So I don't live that far from Work First. So I attend there a lot. Anyway, I went over there and I asked the lady, I say, is you gonna help me get a job? Because Miss Brown said you was gonna help me get a job. And she said, no, we're gonna sit here and figure out why you can't get a job. And I say, that ain't nothing to figure out. I'm a sex offender. They don't wanna hire me. I could only ask them for a job. Instead, I said, well, I'm gonna start up my own business because I got tired of begging for a job and got tired of not eating. So I started up my own business. Here go my card. And I've been working and doing the best I can. But I still been putting in applications.
All right, let's go back. How long did you attend that LEAP program?
That she told me go over there and try it out, and you could check it on the phone because she said, well, it got to be a court order. And then I said, you ain't got to do that. I just want to go check out the program because the last program I graduated from KCC with a welding certificate and didn't even get a welding job.
All right, when did you do the certificate program at KCC?
About 2 years ago.
2 years ago, and was that through the caseworker at front of the court?
Yes, sir.
All right, so you got a certificate in welding?
Yeah, I got my certification and everything. I got a poster of me for graduating at the top of the class somewhere up in Detroit.
All right, when you did you apply to jobs for welding?
Yes, I applied to a lot of them, man. I've been going around. I went to Tentacle. I went to all of the places I knew that they do welding.
All right, what did they tell you?
They didn't call me back, man. That's how I know it's the background, okay? And then I went online and started putting my name online, trying to get jobs in the background. They stopped me at the background check. I got a copy of that on my phone. I don't know how to show you, but I got a copy of it.
All right, so you haven't, sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Do you have any felonies on your record?
Yes.
All right, did you have any prison time?
Yes.
How long?
14.
What'd you say?
14.
14 years in prison?
Yeah.
All right, when did you get out?
2011.
11? All right.
Since then, I've been working with the courts and telling them. I wrote them a letter and I told them that I'm going to do the best I can. I know I got a messed up charge and it ain't going to be easy getting a job. I wrote them a letter and said that before I even got out of prison.
Okay. You showed the court a business card. What kind of business are you in?
Odd jobs. That's all I do. I run around town and do odd jobs for people. I get my money. I pay my light bill, gas bill, and child support with it.
Okay. Yeah, how much are you earning doing odd jobs per week?
It ain't no specified amount because different people want different things done, but it's around 300.
300 a week?
About.
All right.
And some weeks I don't even make that when it's raining. I don't make that because I do all outside jobs.
Where do you live?
821 Prospect.
Is that a house?
Yeah, but I live in the basement.
All right, so you rent a place in the house?
Yeah, since I've been out of prison, I ain't moved and nothing.
All right, and how do you afford to rent? Through the odd jobs?
That's how I do everything. I mean, I can't make nobody give me a job. I can only ask them. So if I got to knock on doors to get a job, that's what I'll do. And that's how I've been doing it. That's how I've been paying for everything. Knocking on doors, man.
All right. And she testified that you paid $200 to resolve a bench warrant. Is that correct?
I paid $600 total for all three.
Okay.
And I had to borrow that and then go paint the house later on when it stopped raining to just to get the job.
Okay. And are you making payments on your child support obligations when you can?
You got one coming Friday. Soon as I get paid Friday, I'm gonna bring another 150.
$150?
Yeah, I did it on the 6th, and I'm gonna do it on Friday.
All right.
This Friday.
Okay. Anything else that you would like to tell the court?
Well, I'm doing the best I can. I'm doing the best I can with what I got. I came out here as a sex offender and drug dealer and all of this, and I'm just doing the best I can. I fill out applications. I knock on doors. I'm doing the best I can. That's all I could tell.
All right, thank you. No further questions.
Mr. Clark, in this matter, it sounds like you've been pretty consistent at odd jobs. Is that correct?
Sir, I get up every morning at 4 o'clock, milk cows every morning,
Okay. And-
7 days a week.
Okay, so that's one of the odd jobs you do every day?
Here go the whole list.
Okay, tell me
Let's
what,
put it up there for you.
well, I can't see it. You're gonna have to tell.
Okay, I'll read it off. I paint, I do roofing, I do gutters, I car wash, I clean porches, I power wash porches, I cut trees, I clean garages, I do yard maintenance, I do basement cleaning, house cleaning, moving, pack ups, moving. When you pack up, like we got a college here. So when they pack up their stuff, sometimes I end up hauling their stuff back home for them or going to get them. Then I do general labor jobs, small carpenter jobs, power washing, and I'm a certified welder.
Okay,
That's what's on my card.
okay. How many applications have you said you've put in about the last 6 months?
In the last week, I put in 10. In the last 6 months, about 35, 40.
Okay,
But the last week I was working up in Lansing, so I was dropping applications where they let me fill them out at. But once they hit that background check, they don't call me. I don't even get interviews. So
Yeah.
that's why I referred to knocking on doors to get me a job.
okay,
I'd rather ask you for a job than do something stupid.
okay.
Your Honor, may I also?
Yes, go ahead.
Thank you. So, the friend of the court is aware of Mr. Clark's criminal history, and it has hindered him from maintaining employment. He did successfully complete his welding certification. He actually gained employment after that, and then he lost that job. He'll have to tell you why. But we, friend of the court also put him in LEAP to try to help him overcome those barriers to maintaining employment, and then he lost his temper and was terminated from that. Friend of the court is also aware that he does odd jobs. The issue is that Mr. Clark does not pay consistently. His payments are sporadic.
Okay,
Your Honor, can I say something?
yep,
Please.
go ahead, sir.
My payments aren't consistent because my jobs aren't consistent. When I get money, I ain't got no problem with paying. If she called me and say, Terry, you need $200 for a warrant, guess what I do? I go ask the next person I'm working for $200, and then I just do the job and pay the warrant.
Okay,
So I am working with y'all. I'm not trying to run or nothing. Plus, I got to get up 7 days a week at 5 o'clock every morning. For the last 12 years, probably. Like I say, I'm doing the best I can. And I'm really giving it an honest effort if I started my own business.
okay. Anything else that you'd like me to be aware of, sir?
No, sir.
Okay. Well, court will make the following findings in this case. Obviously, the testimony has shown that Mr. Clark has obviously got his certification in welding approximately 2 years ago at KCC. He had a job briefly after that, and then for some reason isn't working that. He's only been doing odd jobs since then, making approximately $300 per week. at the odd jobs. It sounds like he has been industrious. He's been doing that, but notwithstanding that, he's not been able to consistently pay his support obligation. And the court is aware of all of this, but it does appear that he's had the ability to, again, to pay, making $300 per week, but he hasn't been consistent in the amount that he's paid.
Because I got other bills.
Oh, I understand that. I understand
All right.
that.
All right.
He's not been consistent in paying his support obligation, so the court will find that he's not paid out of available resources, he's failed or refused to comply, and he is therefore in contempt of court. Anything before sentencing, Mr. Sackrider?
Yes, Your Honor. Testimony was clear that my client has a past criminal history that is hindering him from finding employment or keeping employment. However, given the circumstances, he is doing his best to earn income at odd jobs and pay on his child support obligation. And while it's not in the full amount, he is making good faith attempts to pay. And we would ask that he not be sentenced to a jail term. And if the court is so inclined, that be suspended and that a purge amount be set in the amount of $300.
Okay. Well, what I'm going to do in this matter, the court does believe that a jail sentence is warranted, but a nominal amount, notwithstanding the fact that you had some prior contempt findings, you could be sentenced up to 90 days. I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sentence you to 14 days with credit for no time served. I'm going to put a purge amount in each case in the amount of $150, and I will give you, Mr. Abbott, until July 7, 2023 at 4:00 p.m. to pay that purge amount. If in fact you don't pay the purge amount, then you will have to show up at jail on the July 7th, 2023 date at no later than 4:00 p.m. and serve your jail sentence. So it's up to you. You can pay the purge amount or you can go to jail. You understand?
So I got to pay. I want to ask some questions first, Your Honor.
Yep, it's $150 in each case, $450 total, or you go to jail on the July 7th date.
But I got till July 7 to get that.
That is correct.
So it'll be $450.
Correct.
And then back, what do it go back to next month after July?
Well, the regular support obligation, that's not changed.
About 150, right? So I just got to get 475 now and then 150 after that.
Well, it's more than 150. You have 5350 on the first two cases and then 8750 on the other two, on the one case, the 2017 case. So it's just over $190 then all three cases.
So
Okay.
So the 450 will cover July, right?
The 150 in each case will cover the purge amount. It doesn't cover July. It doesn't cover your normal support obligation. Okay.
So
This is an amount for you to stay out of jail. That's all. It doesn't, the regular support obligation still exists. You still have to pay that.
okay.
Court will end this matter at 1:33 p.m. You're free to go. Have a good day.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Sackrider, for your extended availability today.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
all.
Have a good day.
Have a good day.